issue with my good old doc. Trust issue where my friends all talk.
Our next speaker is from West Virginia. Dr. Mark Cucuzzella is a professor at West Virginia University School of Medicine. He practices at the Veterans Administration Hospital in Martinsburg, West Virginia. He conducts research, publishes in the medical literature. He runs marathons. He is the most tireless advocate I know. Let's welcome him.
No, thank you all. Such a privilege to be here, and I thank all of my courageous colleagues and the organizers of this event, and to you. My name is Dr. Mark Cucuzzella. I'm a primary care physician at the Martinsburg Veteran Administration Hospital. I'm a 29-year military Air Force veteran and professor at West Virginia University School of Medicine, also certified in obesity medicine, was a founding partner with Dr. Teicholz, yes, Dr. Teicholz, after her PhD this year, for the Nutrition Coalition, also with my good colleagues, Dr. Westman and Dr. Kalajian at the Society of Metabolic Health Practitioners, because that is what it's about, as Dr. Lustig said, metabolic health. I've seen amazing results in my patients in the last 15 years, people of all ages. As a clinician, nothing brings me joy more than when they return healthier at their next visit. As a friend recently shared with me, let's fix broken metabolism in the same way that a bone would repair. Fix it. Don't manage it as a chronic disease. Nearly 43% of Americans are obese, and over half have prediabetes or full diabetes. My state, West Virginia, is the #1 obese state in the nation. When the VA was created 75 years ago, there was no chronic disease. Now, 1 in 4 military veterans have type 2 diabetes, and 80% are overweight or obese. These were once our warriors in optimum health. Now veterans have a shorter life expectancy than the US population. Medications and treatments for metabolic conditions are driving an unprecedented budget deficit in the Department of Veterans Affairs. The future health of our military and our veterans does not look good either. Fully 70% of active duty troops are now overweight or obese. We cannot even keep our active duty soldiers safe from the modern food environment. So what about our military follows the dietary guidelines for Americans, which continues to recommend a low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet, and this has devastating consequences. So what about recruitment? Over 75% of Americans aged 17 to 24 cannot qualify for military service, mostly due to obesity and failure to meet fitness standards, and that number is still rising. The roots of these conditions start in young children, and maybe even before they are born. I now ask my adult obese patients what their birth weight was, and whether their mother was obese or had gestational diabetes. And this often leads to a veteran texting their mother in the middle of a patient visit. It matters because babies are programmed from the womb to have metabolic disease. The time to start the intervention is now with children and mothers-to-be. We cannot medicate our way out of chronic disease. We have to treat the root causes, which are mostly about diet. So what about the exercise? Yesterday, I organized a large community running event for people of all ages. The most joyful part of this event every year is the kids' fun run 1 mile. This is just play, it's beautiful, but exercise plays a surprisingly small role to help people lose weight, despite all you've been told. Exercise is fantastic for feeling good and helping people improve their lives. It's great for mental health, but alone exercise cannot reverse chronic disease. Only changing one's diet will do that. The standard of care is to prescribe more medication as illness progresses. Not only is that distressing to the patient, but also to us, the clinicians. It leads to burnout and despair. I've done the opposite. For 15 years, I've educated medical students and residents on how to follow a low-carbohydrate diet to treat metabolic disease. Learning this, my students find a new joy as they see people start to get better and come off medications, achieve better health, a better quality of life. We need to restore joy in medical practice, which comes from restoring health. Fixing metabolic health in America will take nothing short of Manhattan Project level of effort. We must get everyone in the room and figure this problem out, and we must all work together. The citizens who have made the change in their own health are the strongest voices, and that's all of you. I finish with what is known as the Stockdale paradox. Admiral Stockdale and many others survived what was called the Hanoi Hilton, Vietnamese prisoner of war camp. He said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality. So let's have faith and work together and solve the problem." Thank you very much.